Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest news in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashley.
Can you tell us about the news of Jupiter Mines producing a 99.9% pure sample of high purity manganese sulphate monohydrate?
Yes, South Africa's got good quality manganese, but we've always been manganese miners in the main. So you dig it out the ground and you put it on a train and you send it out. But with the emergence of the electric vehicle and the problems that people foresee with certain metals that are critical there was a swing towards manganese. What can we do with this? It has been found that you can get a very good economic result and a very effective result for what you need in those electric vehicle batteries from processing the manganese in this very detailed, high purity way. Now, for some time, there has been the turning of our manganese into a very high purity metal, but that's metal manganese, and that has been done by the Manganese Metal Company. That's, we know Bernard Swanepoel has been heavily involved there for a few years now, but of course it's got a good history, that company as well. So he announced earlier that he's going to swing into this special sulphate monohydrate and that he's looking to a pilot plant. Now, also coming through is Jupiter Mines. So of course Jupiter Mines is listed in Australia, but the activity is a cheapie in the Northern Cape. And the South Africans have, in terms of the asset, they own the controlling interest there, with Jupiter then having 49% of that asset. So what Jupiter wants to do now is the same as what manganese, the manganese mining company has been wanting to do. They want to create this specially produced product, and coming through with that news that they have done it is quite something, because they seem to do it in-house. So we see a lot of activity there. My only concern is that they're talking of placing this value-add location outside of South Africa. They're looking at North America, they're looking at possibly Europe. It would be great if we could do it here, but I think it might be proven that we can with Bernard Swanepoel's effort. He's putting in a pilot plant. But even he was saying at the time, he doesn't know where this will be best placed. So if you're really doing a big commercial plant, it would be terrible that would have to go outside the country. So we want to add value here. So hopefully they'll all keep them here.
Now, Copper 360 has acquired a new production doubling processing plant next to its own processing facility.
Copper 360, it listed on the alternative exchange of the Johannesburg Stock Exchange in April. And since then, it has just moved like lightning. And you can see this latest move is that it was planning to do, 2 concentrate processing plants. It started on one, it's virtually commissioning the one, that would produce 4,000 tons a year of copper. But next door to it has been a similar plant in the Northern Cape at Nababeep that was using slag, and they've run out of the access to slag. So Nama Power Plant was standing there, and up came Copper 360, made them this offer. It's quite an interesting solution that they've got there. It involves about 200 million, but good acquisition they're getting with this, way beyond just the concentration plant. But that is the most important thing at the moment. So instead of waiting for a number of years to be able to double up, they'll be doubling up a year faster than they expected, to 8,000 tons. And so that's very important for this company. I'm sure that a lot of the people that bought shares in it are very happy with the situation that's developing there, because I understand there are many more movements on the go that they planning. And also with this deal, they get a lot more tailings material. And that's how that company started off, you know, under Big Tree Copper, before it merged with Ship. It was, you know, recovering copper off tailings and dumps. Now with Ship, it can do a lot more recovery as well, but it can also go into actual mining. And where all the drilling that they've done indicates that there's far more copper there than the data sets show. Because these data sets were done many years ago. You know, very big companies did them. At that stage, Goldfield was involved. Our Goldfields here was involved in that area, but they abandoned all those activities, and Copper 360's taken over those assets, along with what Newmont had done. Newmont's also a very big company, so they did a lot of good research there. They're talking about, you know, 12 possible mines, 60 exploration possibilities, so it's going to be absolutely huge. And the first one, Rietberg, when they drilled there, you know, they found that there was so much more copper than had been shown in the data sets. So we're going to have to keep watching Copper 360, because I think some big news is going to come out of that constantly. And we know Jan Nelson, gee, he moves fast. We're watching it closely.
Now, DRDGold has had significant success in waste recovery and is now looking to battery metals and platinum group metals.
Yes, you know, DRDGold has been working around here for a long time, but it also comes against the background of historic activities. So, you know, Anglo-American had that Ergo plant out on the East Rand. That is now part of DRDGold. DRDGold is also very active on the West Rand, you know, far West Rand. And DRDGold is controlled by Sibanye. So Sibanye Stillwater is also active in platinum group metals. It's moving very strongly into green metals in many parts of the world. So what we've been seeing here is that, you know, you get a waste on a dump. It's called tailings, but in there is high value. And, you know, DRDGold has proved it. And they've also worked on how you do this most effectively. So their mastery of getting gold out of there was acknowledged by the Swiss, who asked them to come and speak to them. And we see from that particular speech they gave in Zurich, they are wanting to move in a way that will help the world at this time of circularity. You not only have these dumps in South Africa, you've got them around the world, and they can become involved in a really widespread activity because of what they've learnt in how to recover gold. They can now apply that to platinum group metals, they can apply it to other critical metals, and I think that, again, I hope that you know, a lot of this will be done in South Africa. Obviously, some of it's also going to be done outside, and but the company is still mainly listed in Joburg, so the shareholders will benefit very well.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. To subscribe to Creamer Media's Engineering News and Mining Weekly, please email subscriptions at creamermedia.co.za.